Cafe. My name is Belinda Dubston, and it is super that you are here with me for our weekly I Ching forecast for the week commencing 16th of February 2026. Wow, okay, last week we had Hexagram 35, progress, the sun rising over the earth, the opportunity to make some wonderful progress in the midday sun, gently, gradually, like the sands in the hourglass, tick, 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 getting somewhere. Working with the idea of not holding ourselves back, but being vigorous, okay, stepping into the light, stepping into the action, and of course, biting through Hexagram 21, vigorously biting through an obstacle that is in your way, being Alexander the Great, cleaving the knot in two with your sword, taking vigorous action to release the things that are stuck and locked and blocked, being in your power, being kind, but being very clear with others and holding people accountable for their performance. Right. How did that go last week? How did you work with that energy? What was the old piece of leather that was in your mouth? And where did the sun shine finally, where wonderful progress could finally be made? All right, if anything came up for you, please do share a comment. I hope there was lots of sunshine, lots of progress. You stepped into the action and you bit through that obstacle and released wonderful energy for you to tap into and work with. This week, we are continuing this very interesting, vigorous energy that is with us for last week is coming into this week in a different shape and form. Because our first hexagram for this week is hexagram 49, revolution. Okay. This is the geyser, right? The water pumping out of the earth and exploding. This is the snake transforming. This is what happens in societies where oppression gets too much and the populace just say enough is enough and it just spills over. Okay. Revolution is the overthrowing of the old. All right. This energy is not gently, let's negotiate our way to a solution. This is pow. Okay. Letting go of the old, overthrowing the old, and embracing the new. Now, with revolution, and if we see this play out in our world, and we know from many revolutions in history, is that it can go bad really quickly, okay, if there aren't good controls in place and the revolution is not done at the right time, okay. That's one thing to overthrow the old, that energy of the people rising up. Think of the storming of the Bastille, energy rising up and the people overthrowing, and then other powers come in and chaos ensues, and what you land up is a worse situation when the authoritarian regime was in place. Okay, so we think about revolutions that if they are not managed in the right way, all right, if the crowd is not brought under control, I'm thinking about hexagram 60 limitation for, really this part of the month we're getting to now, it can go crazy and completely go off the rails, right, and go into other places that it shouldn't. Okay, so when we have an overthrow of the old in our lives, we have to have the right time. We have to understand that we have to reestablish normality after that overthrow as quickly as possible. We need to get back to a state of civilization, right? Personally or in the world that we're in. Now, when we think about revolution, that's quite a violent uprising idea of a revolution, and it might be that something really dramatic, okay, a huge change moment comes for you this week. That might be. But it also might be a symbol more like the snake shedding its skin, okay? Because a snake sheds its skin as part of its natural growth. It gets to a point where the shell is no longer useful. Think of a hermit crab or any other kind of creature that rebuilds or readapts to a new home. Gets to a point, it's time, the new skin is ready, the old skin must come off, and the snake finds two little rocks close to each other, and it shimmy, 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 and out it goes, leaves the skin behind. It doesn't argue with the skin and hold on to the skin and wail about, oh, I don't want to let this go because it's familiar. And, oh, no, because the new skin is there. You've got to slough it off, exfoliate it off, and embrace the new. So we are being challenged this week, all right, wherever we are a little stuck, thinking of where that biting through from last week, where we were a little bit stuck, is to overthrow the old in our lives and embrace the new. But doing it in the right way and doing it in a way that doesn't destabilize everything, that you return to normality, you return to a civilized state, all right, to an organized, controlled, managed state as quickly as possible. We all have the opportunity this week to make a huge quantum leap. That is what this hexagram brings us. Whether we do that or not is our choice. But the energy is with us this week to do that. And perhaps if it's time, if it's fated, and it's time is really time, we'll be pushed into the revolution, and the revolution will happen to us, and we'll wake up at the other end of it and then establish normality. The change will come, whether we like it or not. It's all about helping us move forward, to be a better person, to expand into our skills, to make a better impact, to improve our impact on the world, to grow outside of the skin we've got used to. And part of that is being comfortable that for the little bit, once the old skin is off, we feel vulnerable, we feel a little exposed, a little photosensitive, okay, the light is very bright, but it's okay. We'll get used to it, and we'll normalize, and we'll move forward. One changing line this week in the second position, okay. This changing line says that when your approaches or your attempts at getting things done the normal way, okay, of bringing about change, bringing about awareness to issues, of flagging issues, have been attempted over and over the normal traditional way, the normal channels, the way you were used to, and they don't work, this changing line is giving us permission this week to be radical. Okay, that doesn't mean hurting somebody else. It means being radical in our thinking and realizing that when the old tried tested things are not working anymore, we need to up the ante. Okay, be radical. This is an opportunity this week to be the hero, to step into it, to take charge, to lead the revolution. There's something very powerful about our opportunity to actually step into that energy, right, of the front leader of the revolution of our lives, to be vigorous, to be the hero, to take charge, and to do. Okay, this is wonderful male energy we're being asked to tap into this week, okay? Not the soft, gentle female energy, right, of corralling the sand. No, this is, be radical. If you've tried the other ways, and the normal ways don't work, to try the radical ways, all right? To surprise yourself with how new and unusual your thinking can be, and to try something completely different. Okay, this energy is asking us to contemplate that and to be a revolution to ourselves. With that changing line in play, that gives us a second hexagram, right? Hexagram 43, breakthrough. This hexagram, whole little male lines, one little female line at the top. And this says there's a whole surging upwards, but there's one little thing here that we need to make a vigorous decision and part with the past, part with the energy, take action and smash through it. Hence the idea of two hammers, okay, two mallets, smashing through the glass ceiling in front of us. When we go up and we go up and we go up, maybe this is the revolution energy. We've tried everything else and now we've hit that last little ceiling. And the way we deal with it is we smite the ceiling with our hammers. Okay, smash it out the way. Break through that last obstruction. Okay, it speaks to this idea that our decisive energy, breaking with the past, shedding that skin, breaking with that past, being decisive, being bold, and pushing through that last obstacle, making that decision, abandoning the old way, pushing through the thing that is holding you back is what we need to do. Very interesting situation compared to last week. We had hexagram 21, right, where we had the obstacle, we had to bite through. It's a very strong vigor that comes with this week as well. Breakthrough is about being decisive. Act now. Do it. Make a decision. Part with this issue. Go forward. Go, 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 go. Smash through it. All right. I do not support violence. So the imagery is quite violent, but you understand what I'm trying to say in terms of energy, smashing through that obstacle, pushing through and making a decision. Right. This issue will speak directly to an area of our lives where we are procrastinating, doing something. Wherever that is, it's likely to be that kind of thing that we have to finally make a decision on and do. Ooh, interesting energy. Let's see what happens next week. We've had a couple of weeks of this very power energy. Okay, like putting ourselves in and taking advantage, going for it, breaking through, being a revolution, being a hero, stepping into the power. Let's see where it goes next. But that doesn't matter. What matters is this week. What matters is what we bring to the show, okay? Bring to our lives, bring to the people around us, and how perhaps there are others in our environment who are needing this insight, are needing your coaching and your guidance. Where you see they're struggling to crack through that glass ceiling, give them the hammer or show them where the hammer is and give them some support, mentor them through that process of being the revolution and letting go of the skin and radically transforming life this week, because the energy is there to support us to do that. The healing opportunity is right in front of us. Thank you so much for being here with me. As always, please hit the like, the thumbs up if this was valuable. And of course, if you'd like to get the episodes on the regular, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube. Hit the follow button on your podcast app. And I will see you again very soon for the last weekly overview for February. Slightly shorter month. Yay! And until then, take care.